Hey everybody, I'm Jay Runs, and I'll be showing you how to get some NPCs into your nitrado server for free. Some quick copy and pasting, and we'll get them into your server in just a few minutes. I'm going to show you the quick way first, if you want to just use what I have and just load them into your server, and then we'll go in a little more in depth afterwards. But first, a couple shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Skill Speeder Gaming. He's got some really good information on his channel. I'll put the link in the description. And I also want to give a shout out to Mr. X for making the editor tool. It is incredibly useful for looking up type names if you want to know the exact type name or how to spell it, because spelling is critical. If you want to download the editor, you can come over here to GitHub. I've put the link in the description. And you just click on this little code here and download zip. You're going to need to come over to GitHub anyway to download the NPC snippet that I've put out and download it the same way. Hit code and download zip. Another tool that I recommend that you grab is Notepad++. Can help you out a little bit with color coding some certain codes and things. And also, I put the link for DayZ Wiki, because if you don't, you might know what the type name is and how to spell it, but if you don't know what it looks like, you don't know if you want to use it or not. So that's where that comes into play. If you don't know what something is, you just come over here, hit the little search bar, search it up in the wiki, find it out pretty quick. Alright, so let's get into the actual files here. Here's a little preview of the actual NPCs you're going to get, and I'm going to tell you what they have on them. There's a little hitman, pretty cool little hitman. Got the pink baklava on there, full blacks. Is equipped with a shotgun and some ammo, not too much. All NPCs are equipped with a flashlight, a battery, and a map of Chinaris. And then we have the military character who's fully equipped with all the military gear. He has the backpack, the vest. He has a couple smoke grenades, an M4 fully equipped, all the attachments. This would be the character that you want to spawn in if you want to spawn in some gear for yourself, or even good target practice character. The doctor has just medical supplies, morphine, epinephrine, pox cure, stuff like that. The ghillie suit guy has just a Mosin with only a few rounds in his hand. You can see the rounds in his hand here. So they're not too game-breaking loot. You can set them around. I've set them around in 3 places. They spawn in 3 places around just around Baron Zeno. Works out pretty well. You don't see too many of them stacking up or anything like that. But this is an average girl. She's got like sewing kits on her. And then we got the hitman. He's got a handgun, suppressor, walkie-talkie, and some nunchucks. The hunter has a 357 Magnum, little hunter's vest, and bullets for it. The mummy, all improvised clothing, has obviously bandages. And the police girl has a police vest, the engraved 9/11 in there, and some handcuffs, I believe. And then they got a witch character with the pointy nose and tack vest and a broom, equipped with a broom on her back. So that's what the inventory is of each one of these characters, and I'll show you later in the video how to edit the inventory of these characters also. So now you know who the characters are and what they got on them. Let's get into the files. So in the NPC file that you downloaded from GitHub, there will be all these files, and I've included new player location spawns. If you want to do that, I could make another video for that in the future. Just let me know about that. NPC locations, these are just some locations that I grabbed off of I Survive map. which I will get into more later. But and then there's all these NPCs. So there's NPC 1, which is the Brando, would be the military one, the witch, the hunter, sniper, which is the ghillie guy. John Wick, I don't know, can't remember why I called him that, but John Wick, I just figured all black, you know, hitman type character. So, and then the bandage mummy, China doll, the doctor, police, firefighter, bandit. Bandit is the one with the candy cane pink baklava on, just so you remember. And the numbers are important: NPC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll get into that in a second. So let's just open up military Brando here and take a look at these files. First thing you're going to recognize is that there's one section here, one section here, and then at the bottom there's another section. That's because each one of these sections is going to go into a different place inside of your nitrado files. I'm going to get to that. The first part here, we're going to grab it like this, left click at the top, and drag down to the bottom, and then right click on it, copy. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go down over to our nitrado server, and we're going to be into, you want to go to my services in the top right, and then go down to your username in the top right, go down to my services, and then over in the left side you're going to see file browser. You click on that, and then it's going to bring up this page here. Okay, and then first, where we're going to copy that first part that I just copied, we're going to go into CF event spawns, is where all the first sections are going to go. So CF event spawns. Okay, I'm going to go in there, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you can see I have, in mine I have 11, 10, 9, I have them all in here. You want to start up here at the end of the last one, so I have, you know, static police stations here, and then at the end of that one it's /event in the brackets. That's how you know it ends. That's the ending. So after the ending here, you want to click after the ending. You can even press enter to put a little space in between, and then right click, paste as plain text. Okay, and then I'm not going to do it because it's already there, obviously, but if you were to do it, it'd just show up another one. It's an exact copy of what I have there. But yeah, I'm going to take that back out, and that's the first part. Let's get over to the second part. After you put each part in, you want to go down here and save changes before you move to the next part, or they won't be saved. So you go back here to your Chernarus Plus, and the next part we're going to be going down to is CF spawnable types. We're going to open that up, come down, and then you can scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we're looking at CF spawnable types here. And these are all the items that are on each character. And at the end of spawnable types, you probably have some vehicle or maybe something here. At the end of it, you'll know it's ending because /attachments / type, that will end it. After the ending, click. Might want to put a space for, or press enter to put a little space in there, and then same, copy and paste off of the same one, NPC. You want to drag all this, copy it, come back over, paste it right here. Paste it right here after this type. Okay, alright, I'm not going to do it because it's obviously already in there, right there. Military beret, head and strap, boots. Okay, and then we're going to want to go back to Chernarus Plus for the third part. Go into your database folder, and then into events. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the events page here. And at the bottom of your events should look something like this. You have an event name vehicle or a different event here, but you'll know it's ending because children and then slash event, it's ending. So at the end of it, click at the end of it here, and then paste plain as text the third part of the notepad. And that's it. Save all the changes. Save changes before moving on to the next step. Always save the changes. And then the changes won't take effect until you restart your server. So you're going to have to restart your server, and then you'll see that NPC number 1 in game. You'll be able to go find him. At the moment, I have him set up to spawn at all the military locations, but he only spawns in 3 nominal with a minimum of 6, maximum of 6. So he spawns in at all the locations. See, these ones are, that's actually a typo right there. But I'll fix that later. Right here. These should be 3. No. That should be 6. I will fix that. And anyway, he spawns at the all the military locations. So Northwest Airfield, DayZ. He spawns at the Northeast Airfield by the med tents, and he also spawns in Baronzino too. I couldn't tell you the exact locations because I pulled these locations off of iSurvive. So I'm going to show you how to do that and customize your own location. So if you want to go find him in game or set him in a certain place, you can go do that. So let's go back to the file here. At the very top, the event spawn, this will be in your CF event spawns. It's telling the item NPC1 where to spawn. So these are locations that I've pulled off of iSurvive. So let me show you here. If I go over to my browser, type in iSurvive DayZ map, it'll pull up the map here. And if you're hovering over a location, say I'm hovering over Northwest Airfield or something here, which I put him back here, which these coordinates should match up. I put him back here by these tents in this area right here. So if you just see these in the bottom section right here, these little numbers, wherever the hand is where the coordinates of where the NPC will spawn if you put those coordinates in. So where the hand is, you just Control C to copy it to clipboard, and then you go over to Notepad++ or a text, and then you're just going to paste that somewhere. And then this number here, okay, you copy that, and then you just paste it in over this first position here. That'll be your X. The first one will be your X. The second one will be your Y. Or your Z, I mean. And you just copy over that. Boom, boom. Now you have a location, custom location, where he can spawn. If you want him to spawn in just one spot and you want just one military guy on your map, so you want him for target practice or something, you're going to want to delete all these right here. You're going to delete all these except for one and put in your one coordinate, and then you're going to want to come down here to the nominals and change the nominal, all these to 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. See, in the notepad I didn't have the typo. See that in the notepad, in the files that you guys got, there was no typo. Just for some reason in my nitrado server there was a typo in there. Okay, but anyway, this is the where you call how many. Nominal is how many NPCs you want to spawn. So you need to have, and like if you have 6, you want to spawn in 6, you need to have 6 locations for it to spawn in. You know what I mean? So, but you can have as many as you want. You can have 20. You can have, you know, whatever. You can copy another. You can go into your see if event spawns and copy something else's spawns, and then use those. Like you could go into here, see if event spawns, and then if you just want to use, like, say, oh well, I want them to spawn next to the vehicle sedan. Oh, what's going on? I want them to spawn next to the vehicle sedan. You'll just copy all these, or copy, you know, a couple of them, and then paste them in there, and then he'll spawn at these locations. So you get the picture. If you want a custom location, you come over here, copy, Control C, punch these numbers into this, in these parentheses here. X is the first one, Z is the second one, and that's how you get them to spawn in any location. Now, if you want to customize the gear that he's carrying, you'll go into this second part, which will be all the spawnable types files. This is every item that the character has on them. Bandage, rice, soda can, map, FNX45. And if you want to, say you want to change his hat, right? So here's his hat. Attachments, open, right here in brackets, item name, the name of the item, and then closing attachments here. And then it repeats itself for the next item. So you wanted to change the hat, you just change the name inside these parentheses, changes the item. See, now there's borders to that too. You can't put like 6 backpacks on him because he can't carry 6 backpacks. You know, so you can put like, you can change his hat out for another hat. Is the easy way of doing it. Is just keep these same areas and say, okay, like here's a hat, alright, change it out for a hat. That's pretty much what I did when I was making up these custom made NPCs. I just took the template from Speedcaller Gaming, and I think he got it from Balshad, and so shout out there. Just took that template and plugged in my own survivors. I looked up the survivors on the wiki. Looked up the survivors on the wiki, and then plugged in my own survivors, plugged in my own items, looked up the item types. When I wasn't sure of an item, I went to the item editor, looked up an item type name and exact spelling, and then punched it in here. And then if I didn't want like a lot of items, you can just delete. You can just delete like half of them. You can just like delete. Just make sure you end deletion on a closing, like how this attachment closes here, so that it starts with an attachment. And don't take out survivor name. That's important. If you want a different survivor, you have to match this survivor name here with the survivor name down here in your events. You have to make sure that the spelling and everything is exactly correct and matching those two up. And then another important thing is NPC1. If you want to add more NPCs, you got to add 2, NPC2, and make sure it is down here as well, NPC2 in your events section. So that pretty much wraps it up on how to get everything in there and how to customize it. And I hope you guys enjoy these NPCs, because I really worked hard on them. It took me a little while, but it's not too bad once you get used to it. Once you get used to calling out the locations and changing out the items, it starts to get kind of fun, and you can make some pretty wacky characters. I still have some ideas for some other characters that I'm not gonna give out to the public. Or maybe I will in a future video. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and have fun.